Tonight on Cronkite News, with record high temperatures, we look at how Phoenix is fighting the heat and saving lives.
Plus, artificial intelligence is a hot topic right now, but find out how this powerful tool is causing confusion on the internet.
And we're just days away from opening day, how the Diamondbacks are preparing to face off against the LA Dodgers. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Abby Jurek.
And I'm Ron Cunningham. Thank you for joining us.
Arizona is facing a historic heat wave that shattered several records over the month of March. Yuma, Arizona hit 109 degrees earlier this month, which broke a previous record set in 1954 by 1 degree.
Back here in Phoenix, it's already starting to feel like summer, and it's barely the beginning of spring. The city is projected to break records for the rest of this week, passing the 100-degree mark on some days, which is only 15 to 20 degrees above normal.
With several days of 100-degree heat, more lives are being put at risk. Yet, despite the unbearable temperatures, heat-related deaths have dropped for a second year in a row.
Cronkite News reporter Serenity Reynolds went out to show us some of the ways that the city is keeping its citizens cool. Serenity?
Yes, and we are feeling the heat early this season, and the city of Phoenix providing resources for those needing immediate heat relief. I'm standing in front of one of the cooling centers that provides cold water, just like this. But if you are in immediate assistance, the fire department also providing a simple solution. In 2023, Maricopa County reported more than 600 heat-related deaths. But that year, firefighters put in a new ice immersion technique to help cool people down fast.
And by the time we're transferring care to the hospital, these patients are talking to us. The survivability has gone through the roof on this.
By 2025, heat deaths dropped to 427. Fire officials say this is because of how fast they can cool people down.
We've been doing it for about 3 years now. It is absolutely imperative that we take these ice bags and these techniques that we're using on heat-related emergencies.
The technique now in full effect, firefighters say there's always room for improvement.
We're in the process of testing out different coolers that we can place on our apparatus to be able to, hold, a few bags of ice. That way, we're able to provide that treatment a lot faster.
Now, staying hydrated is one of the best things you can do to keep yourself calm during the summer, especially drinking water, maybe about 15 to every 20 minutes, about a cup of water, 50, 20 minutes is going to be the best bet for you if you're out in the heat. In Phoenix, Serenity Reynolds, Cronkite News.
Airports across the nation are continuing to struggle with long lines during partial government shutdown.
That's right, Ron. And the travel disruptions deepened as U.S. senators tried to save a proposal to end the Homeland Security shutdown. Senate Republicans appear close to a deal to fund most of DHS, but it would impose some restraints Democrats have demanded on immigration operations. Earlier today, the president weighed in on a potential deal.
Well, I'm going to look at it, and we're going to take a good, hard look at it. I want to support Republicans, and, sometimes it's awfully hard to get.
The new proposal would fund all of DHS, except for a proportion of funding for immigration and customs enforcement. Looking more closely at the impact of this partial shutdown, hundreds of TSA agents have quit.
And this is just in the span of 39 days since the partial shutdown started in February. According to DHS, more than 450 agents have quit instead of working without pay during the standoff over DHS funding. Some are also calling out sick. That means longer wait times at airports across the country.
Meanwhile, Phoenix Sky Harbor has opened a donation site in Terminal 4 meant to help TSA agents impacted by the shutdown. Now they are asking for things like grocery gift cards, toilet paper, paper towels, and diapers.
That's right, they're seeking anything that can help out agents working without pay. Though the airport is not accepting cash since opening the center, local businesses, travelers, employees, and local residents have donated nearly 800 items and 1,000 gift cards of $20 or less.
We've had a positive response from the community, which is something we really, really appreciate. This is an opportunity for donations to be made to support these employees that are without pay at this moment. We are accepting various types of donations, anywhere from food that's non-perishable to hygiene products.
Overall, businesses have donated over $118,000 to help ease the burden TSA agents and their families are facing. And you can help out too. You can find this donation center in Terminal 4 next to Gate B's security checkpoint. Now the checkpoint is closed, but the center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and the airport will validate parking for donations.
The very first terminal at Sky Harbor opened in 1950s. But an expansion of the airport in the 1980s displaced an entire Phoenix community.
Yeah, and that community was known as the Golden Gate. And as Cronkite News reporter Ray Tadako tells us, members of that community are now reclaiming their roots.
Hot rods and lowriders all lined up alongside vendors supporting Hispanic businesses as kids played basketball inside the Golden Gate Community Center, a name that has special meaning to Maria Luz Saldana.
My father, Jaime Kame, was a part of the Golden Gate, original Golden Gate barrio, and so that enticed me to try to get employed here at the center.
Golden Gate barrio used to sit on 16th Street and Buckeye Road, but in the 1980s, the expansion of Sky Harbor International Airport forced families to relocate, and today, the Sacred Heart Church is the only original building left standing. Now, moved from 39th Avenue in McDowell, is the heart of the community.
You got to be able to have those full circle moments where you get back to where you came from, because you could grow and develop your art, but then to be able to bring it back to the next you, the younger version of you, that's all that matters.
Community leaders like Joseph Sentrock Perez are stepping up to bring back their pride of their community through resources, getting together, and sharing their culture. This lowrider event, a fundraiser to support after-school programs in the community center.
Donated 40 shirts, children's shirts, so we can spin the wheel and give back to the kids, just to keep the culture alive.
We're able to keep our doors open. It's meaning that the kids get to come and still be a part of this program. Otherwise, it might be a compromise whether should we have them in the program or let's just keep them home because we can't afford it.
Proving community is more than the physical neighborhood. In Phoenix, Ray Tadako, Cronkite News.
The Golden Gate Community Center is preparing for their summer care programs that will run from Monday through Friday.
Coming up next, videos of planes on fire, cities in turmoil, and talking fruit.
AI videos are causing confusion on the internet about what really is happening around the world. We will take a deeper look at how easily AI can fool you. Coming up next on Cronkite News. Plus, a possible drop in temperatures coming up this week. And we'll tell you if Arizona will finally see average spring temperatures.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. A spokesperson for the National Transportation Safety Board said today a safety system at LaGuardia Airport did not alert moments before a deadly collision. 2 people were killed and dozens injured in the accident at LaGuardia Airport Sunday night, involving a plane and a fire truck. LaGuardia has a runway safety system that tracks planes and vehicles, but investigators said that today no alert was sent from the system.
We rarely, if ever, investigate a major accident where it was one failure. Our aviation system is incredibly safe because there are multiple layers of defense built in to prevent an accident. So when something goes wrong, that means many things went wrong.
About 40 passengers and crew on board the plane and 2 from the fire truck were taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
Oil prices are back up above $100 a barrel after fighting between Israel, the U.S., and Iran continued overnight. Brent crude oil prices hit more than $114 a barrel Monday, but then dropped just under $100 after President Donald Trump said he held productive conversations with Iran about ending the war. But Iran has denied any dialogue with Washington. The war in the Middle East is now in its 4th week.
AI is shaping the way we view the world and often inaccurately. Lately, it's advancing faster than humans can regulate. Cronkite News reporter Izzy Ludlow shows us how AI is used to spread false information and what you should do to stay informed.
This is how bad it was. This infamous AI video was obviously fake in 2023, but now it's way harder to tell what's real and what's AI.
But to see how quickly these tools are evolving by second by second by second is raising all kinds of questions and concerns.
Allison Lester, an assistant teaching professor, specializes in AI at ASU.
I think it's the line between is it AI, is it not AI, is blurring, and then eventually it's going to be, we're not going to tell the difference. We won't tell. It just will be so hard.
You might think that you're good at spotting AI, but this person talking isn't me. I shared a video of my coworker Elia Steinley, and AI added my voice to her talking for free and fast. It's not just making memes and jokes.
We just realized that many of the videos were made with artificial intelligence.
Jorge Mendoza Yescas from the Consulate General of Mexico had first-hand experience with misinformation after the killing of cartel member El Mencho in Jalisco, Mexico.
Other videos or photos were corresponded to different events, and then they create like Mexico was in total chaos, but that was far from reality.
According to the consulate, AI-generated videos showed fake attacks at Guadalajara Airport. Some showed U.S. tourists being held hostage, and U.S. involvement in the arrest of El Mencho. All false.
You will think that Mexico it's very, very dangerous, and nobody can live there.
Fakes can twist someone's view of a topic entirely. The wars in Ukraine, Gaza, and Iran have all been the subject of AI photos and videos of events that never happened.
It's intentionally designed to create either political divisiveness or to get you, tell you the information that's incorrect, so you do the behavior that it wants you to do.
To stay informed, social media users have a larger personal responsibility to interpret information.
And that puts a lot of weight on the person to have to use critical thinking in all situations, have to be their own mini investigative journalist.
In Phoenix, Izzy Ludlow, Cronkite News.
Regulations haven't caught up. Different states and even different platforms handle fake content differently. Just this month, 4 states banned a Chinese AI company called DeepSeek, but there's no way to tell if that will slow down this kind of content. After hitting triple digits this past week, can we expect to see cooler temperatures anytime soon?
Ray Tadalco joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Thank you guys. Tonight we are going to see some temperatures change through our evening. We're going to see 85 degrees at 9 p.m. and 82 degrees at 10 p.m. As we get some of those cooler temperatures in our evening, it's going to be real nice. Still able to go outside in some comfortable weather. But speaking of those lower temperatures, tomorrow we're going to see 68 degrees in the valley. Some pretty nice temperatures coming our way on the western part of the state, 64 degrees in Yuma. And it's still a little bit chilly up at the top of the state. We're looking at 32 degrees in the Grand Canyon area, 38 in Flagstaff. But those temperatures are warming up tomorrow. We are going to see triple digits back in the valley, 100 degrees in Phoenix. And those digits are just jumping across the western part of the state. 101 in Yuma. Now it's getting a lot warmer up in the northern part. We're seeing 82 degrees in the Grand Canyon area and 77 in Flagstaff. Looking at 96 in Tucson. But speaking of that hotter weather throughout the week, it is here to stay. 101 we're going to see on Friday. We're going to see some clouds coming our way, but the weather is going to continue to change Saturday and Sunday. We're dropping down into the 90s, 98 on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to see some clouds, 96 degrees. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a drastic drop. More comfortable temperatures coming our way. Tuesday, 83 degrees, and Wednesday, we're looking at 81. As we're heading into the spring season here, we're going to see some temperatures change throughout the rest of the week. I'm Ray Tadako from the Cronkite Weather Center.
Thanks, Ray. It's going to be a hot few days for sure.
That's right. Well, coming up next, the Cronkite Sports Report. Aiden O'Neill joins us now with more on what we can expect.
Thanks, guys. Baseball is a household sport in this family. Brophy Prep junior Dreson Ethier looks to carve his own path.
It's a point where I need to step over my own, create my own path, and that's all I'm trying to do here.
Find out how this MLB legacy is working towards his own future, coming up on Cronkite News.
As a teacher, you just want to reach people. You want to make a difference. You want to help them. I have an opportunity to do something I never imagined I would be able to do. Go out and build the best biology class the world has ever seen. When you go into Dreamscape Learn, you put on a set of goggles and you can go anywhere. You can be anyone and do anything. The thing about Arizona State University is they're always thinking about what's next. We can create virtual reality experiences so that you can learn by exploring in a virtual world the way that scientists explore in the real world. And kids can feel that. All these emotions are what help the brain encode information. When I see a student come out of VR, the look on their face is nothing like I've ever seen when I finish a lecture. They look so happy to be there in that moment. You know that you've reached them.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Aiden O'Neill, and thank you for joining us. Today was the Arizona Diamondbacks' last spring training game before opening day, and the players were excited to return to their big league field. Opening day is on Thursday against their division rivals in LA, but D-backs players were glad to get last-minute reps at their home field. Pitcher Brandon Pfaadt was excited to get one last game at home before the quick road trip to battle the 2024 and 2025 World Series champions.
I think getting in a big league stadium's super nice, but it's still spring training, and we're going to go out there and play hard still, but just getting in the big league atmosphere again and before we head to Dodger Stadium, I think is huge.
Longtime Dodgers player Dreson Ethier, who played 12 seasons for the Men in Blue, was born and raised in Arizona, played at ASU, and now raises his family here in the Valley. Our Justin Lacertosa made a trip to Brophy, where Ethier's son hopes to carve out a similar legacy.
Under the Arizona sun, the Ethier name carries weight on the baseball diamond. For Brophy shortstop and Miami commit Dreson Ethier, legacy opens the door, but doesn't walk him through it.
It's a point where I need to step up on my own and create my own path, and that's all I'm trying to do here.
His journey is one rooted in family, shaped by a father who already lived the major league dream. Dreson Ethier played 12 seasons with the Dodgers, but these days, his focus is on helping his son leave his own legacy.
I always remind him, I said, you get to see, and you only remember when I was in the big leagues, you didn't see what I had to do to get there.
I mean, we're out there hitting in our batting cage at home almost every day, just working on the next right step forward each day.
When Dreson was a child, his grandfather Byron would take him to Dodger Stadium to watch his dad in action.
That's all every player in the big league wants is like you have a son and you hope they're old enough to remember some of the games you have and be around and see it.
At the age of just 2 years old, Dreson was already finding his swing. He'd get a plastic golf club, turn it into a makeshift bat, and start hitting wiffle balls into his bushes. So if one thing was clear early on, was that his dad's baseball gene was passed down to him.
He had this saying, anytime he hit the ball good, he used to say Dorate. We don't know why he would say that, but if it would go in the bushes, he would say Dorate. And so that was like his call for a home run.
From swings in the backyard to Brophy, Dreyson's next stop will lead him to Miami, where he's committed to play for the Hurricanes, far from where his dad played at Arizona State.
It's tough to go play at ASU when your dad's name's already on the outfield wall. And you have those expectations. Everything's judged.
But Dreson isn't shying away from all of the noise. In fact, he embraces it.
I'm honored to do that, but also there's definitely quite a bit of pressure. But I love it. I love the pressure.
I go back to some of the games where, the Perry game in the postseason. Runner on second base, with 1 out, and he smokes the ball at right field, and we walk it off.
Brophy head coach Josh Garcia has watched Dreyson's development from an outside lens and says he's doing it his own way.
It's nice that his dad had a great career, but he'll be the first one to tell you he wants to make his own career. Dad was an outfielder. He's an infielder. He chose to get a different number than his dad. Doesn't wear 16 like his dad, so he's done that in his own way.
It's a maturation that dad has learned to trust.
I always have to check myself and be like, yeah, I understand you're able to handle it and go through it.
And as Dreson continues to move up the ranks, his respect for the past comes with the drive to outdo it.
Ever since I got to high school, just creating my own path, creating my own name for myself, trying to be just as good as he was, if not better.
In Phoenix, Justin Lacertosa, Cronkite News.
Now to the AL West, where one team continues to fly under the radar. The Athletics front office put together an intriguing strategy these past 2 off seasons as they invested in their young core. Last offseason, the A's locked up designated hitter Brent Rooker and right fielder Lawrence Butler to long-term contract extensions. This past offseason, the A's secured 2 more long-term extensions with second baseman Jacob Wilson and left fielder Tyler Soderstrom. A's manager Mark Kotze is ecstatic about building a talented team for the present and the future.
Having a core group of players that are here and signed and want to be a part of this organization long term says a lot about their belief in what we're doing here.
These 4 moves are part of the A's larger transformation of moving from Sacramento to Las Vegas at the start of the 2028 season. For 25 years, a homegrown skate competition has helped put Phoenix on the map in the skateboarding world. It has grown into a major amateur event, drawing top skaters from around the globe while showcasing the Valley's thriving skate culture. Cowtown Skateboards co-founder Ed Cox Jr. says the impact goes beyond the competition. Their partnership with the city has helped improve the local park Desert West, where annual upgrades tied to the event are left behind for the community to enjoy year-round. Now, Cowtown is focused on giving back, using skateboarding as a tool to reach underserved communities across the country.
Skateboard Angel is our foundational program, and that's we're trying to get skateboards into the hands of underserved youth. We started Cowtown Skate in 2018, and to date we've given out over 9,000 boards. We've affected positively over 100 communities, and that program has expanded nationwide.
That's it for tonight's Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Aiden O'Neill. Thank you so much for joining us. Now back to Abby and Ron at the desk.
Thank you, Aiden. Coming up next today, NASA announced new plans to build a base on the moon.
The plan includes the first crewed moon missions since the 1970s. We'll take a look at how NASA hopes to expand U.S. leadership in space up next.
Welcome back. News from NASA today. They're outlining a plan to build a permanent base on the moon.
The agency says the goal is to strengthen U.S. leadership in space by establishing a sustained human presence. The plan includes more frequent missions, initially targeting landing every 6 months. It will roll out in phases, starting with robotic missions, then building infrastructure.
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Abby Jurek.
And I'm Ron Cunningham. Thanks for joining us.